My name is Austin Thompson, and for my project, I will be doing the advantages and disadvantages of ozone. So first off, what is ozone? Ozone consists of 3 oxygen atoms, and this is a colorless and odorless gas that is also very reactive. This gas is present in our everyday lives. As I mentioned, you can't taste it, you can't see it, you can't smell it. It's just something that is present within our air that we are that many people are not even aware that is around them. The good thing about ozone is that it is man-made and it is also naturally occurring. So, there are ways to manipulate ozone and use it for human and nature benefits. There are most definitely positive and negative effects of ozone on the environment, humans, plants, etc. One of the biggest positives is that it absorbs UV rays from sunlight. So, as I just mentioned, ozone absorbs ultraviolet radiations. So, basically, the sun emits these ultraviolet radiations that are extremely harmful to the human body. And this is still seen. The ozone doesn't protect us 100%. That's why we are still able to get sunburn and stuff like that. But for the most part, it does a good job of absorbing these ultraviolet radiations. And then also, we have an ozone layer, and whenever the ozone layer in the atmosphere is thinner, this allows for a colder upper atmosphere, which allows for more weather benefits. So with a colder upper atmosphere, this allows for more jet streams and stuff like that, and weather benefits. And as I just mentioned, ozone helps block out those radiations from the sun. So this helps protect, plants, humans, animals, our environment. All of that is able to be protected, from these harmful rays. So as I mentioned, there are layers to our atmosphere. So we have our Earth down here, and then the next level is the troposphere, and then the ozone layer, and then the stratosphere, and then into space. So the good parts of the ozone layer is whenever the ozone layer is closer to the stratosphere and it's further away from the surface of the Earth. When it's bad is whenever it's closer to the Earth's surface, and which allows those rays to get through easier to humans and get to the environment, which has negative health effects and negative effects on our environment and stuff like that. So as I mentioned, there are definitely advantages to ozone. As I mentioned before, ozone is able to be manipulated by, man-made power. And ozone can be used in water treatment, which is beneficial as it helps purify water and things of that nature, which helps bolster immune systems and help rid the body of viruses, bacteria, and other things like that. And so there are disadvantages, especially to the atmosphere. While there are advantages for the weather, having a thinner ozone layer, there are some bad things as well. The thinner the ozone layer is, the lower wavelength UV rays are able to get to the human. Humans are exposed to these, and this is what causes a higher chance of skin cancer. And these rays is what helps duplicate cells, which leads to other types of cancer and things like that. As I mentioned, if ozone is inhaled, it can lead to many health problems, especially with the lungs and respiratory issues, stuff like that. As ozone is extremely reactive with compounds in the body, and as you can see on this chart, inhaling ozone could lead to coughing, difficulty breathing, sore throats, things of that nature, and is extremely dangerous for those who have prior health conditions like asthma, stuff like that. And so ozone, it is created through oxygen being exposed to sunlight and high energy UV rays. Obviously, whenever it is exposed to the sunlight, oxygen atoms are split. And obviously, oxygen is extremely reactive, and whenever these atoms are split, they're extremely reactive, and they're combined with other oxygen atoms that are in the air, which creates this this colorless, odorless gas, ozone, or O3, that many of us are not aware of, that surrounds us every single day. And that is the advantages and disadvantages of ozone.